After a mere sentence of blurred out words, my heart dropped. The same place, the same school, I spent the past year enjoying with friends, dancing in, singing in, creating some of the best memories in, became the same place I heard the worst news of my life. I have loved to dance since the small age of 3. Dance, if you ask anyone I know, is quite literally my life. From 17 to 20 hours of rehearsal per week, I have spent my entire life either dancing or going to school. No in between. It gave me a community I never thought I'd have, helped me create bonds and friendships, especially at school. When I entered my sophomore year, my social anxiety was bad. Lockdown was not the best, as I'm sure for any one of us here. I'd go into my classes overthinking constantly, never knowing what to say. What if they think I'm weird? They must be making fun of me. I should stay quiet. It's easier that way. Who knew it was so hard to make friends? Fast forward, it's the second day back. Socializing once again was difficult, but I finally got to my 4th period. Dance. I entered the room and everyone seemed so social, so welcoming. Many of them had already known each other, but they immediately started talking to me, and obviously any other new people, but I felt so much more comfortable in that dance room than I had felt anywhere else on campus. Many of my friends whom I began to hang out with more often came from that room. I found a small group. It was me and 3 other girls. 2 of the girls I had somewhat known prior, one I met in middle school, and one I had danced with previously. But the other girl, let's call her A. I had never met her, but her personality was so radiant. She was so sweet, and talking to her was so easy. I never found myself having to overthink what to say when with these girls. I wanted to enjoy all the school stuff with them, homecoming, football games, whatever. We all texted after one of the games. We had so much fun raiding the Ralphs next to our school, so we started planning the next one. Where should we go to eat? Should we eat before, after? We were so ready to do something that we at the time didn't know would be snatched away from us. On October 1st, 2021, I was on my way to a fun interest meeting in dance at my school about a New York trip. My friends and I were so excited. I mean, come on, it's New York. We were gonna get a hotel room together. Okay, I get to share this bed with her. Let's do face masks, all the works. All these excited thoughts running through my head soon filled with confusion as I look around the room to see none of my friends in the meeting. I looked down at my phone, a series of missed calls and texts. Maitri, get out of the meeting. Maitri, get to the office. Maitri, please answer. It's important. So I got up. I told my teacher and I left. As I raced up to the office, anxiety filled my head. To be honest, I thought I was in trouble. To be honest, I wish I was called up for getting in trouble that day. I enter the room to see all my friends sitting in the staff lounge. A staff member walks up to me. Are you Maitri? Yeah. One of my friends gets up, comes over to me to comfort me, to brace me as I receive the news. I'm sorry. A is dead. My legs no longer held me up. I crumbled to the ground with tears flooding my eyes. The kindest soul, the one who never ceased to make me smile, had taken her own life. How could I do this? Why didn't I see any of the signs? I should have been there for her. How could the one person who never hesitated to be there for me have committed something so big and I wasn't there for her? And I was too dumb to see the signs, too self-absorbed, too ignorant. After that day, as time progressed, my anxiety grew. The self-hatred, lack of motivation, blame I had for myself, and most of all, grief grew. Life was never going to get any better. I started failing in school, performing poorly in dance, and my panic attacks became more frequent. I started losing motivation for the things that I loved. A reminder of what I lost replayed every time I entered the room. That, along with many other things, pushed my parents to find me some sort of support. So I soon began therapy, talking about my problems, communicating my feelings. Great. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't remind myself of the fact that she needed someone and I wasn't there. I just wanted dance back. I wanted to, as cliche as it sounds, move through my feelings. Dance was not only my connection to her, but it was my connection to myself. Losing dance was like losing myself, the one thing that made me me. But my exhaustion grew as rehearsals went by, each rehearsal being a reminder of her, a reminder of the fact that I no longer had her or her bright light to dance with. Suppressing my emotions prevented me from embracing my passions, and I continued to dig myself into a hole, not allowing anyone to help me, nor for me to help myself. Though it took time, and I mean a lot of time, I soon had to realize that life was not going to stop just for me to get myself together. Life places such obstacles before you, not for you to suffer, but for you to grow. I was stuck in that hole, not because there was no ladder to help me out, but because I would not stand up and use it. I was not allowing myself to communicate my emotions, nor was I allowing myself to talk about her. And I was not allowing myself to see opportunities as what they were, but what they weren't. Because I viewed them with pessimistic eyes. They were never good enough, never engaging enough, never easy enough, never enough. There was a saying that I can't quite remember where I heard, that played in my mind every time I hit a low point. To lose is to gain. The day that I lost a person dear to me was the day that I lost my passions, the day that I lost my motivations, and the day that I thought I had lost any sense of happiness. But I soon had to realize that I had every right to happiness, and it was right in front of me. I just had to open up my arms to it. My friend's passing could no longer be a symbol of loss, but a symbol of strength. By not embracing the loss of her, I was ignorant to the time that I gained with her. I had to push through. I knew I had to live my life the way I should have been the past couple months. So I started putting more time and effort into the things that I had given up on. I got back up. I stepped back onto that studio floor, not with the void of a friend, but with the strength of honoring her. Grief is such an odd emotion. People experience it in different ways. I would give anything for her to come back, for her to know that she was loved, that she still is loved. But all I can do is move forward and live my life the way I know she would have wanted me to. To lose is to gain. Yes, there are times where I find my thoughts wandering, and I do miss her dearly. But to lose is to gain. The day I lost a person dear to me was the day I lost myself. But the day that I accepted her loss was the day I got myself back. Thank you.